Hey everybody, it's Tamika. I am back with episode number 8 in the Best of Craft Fair series, and we cannot do a craft fair series video without doing the coveted snowman soup video. So I am on the go again today. So I just wanted to come and share with you how to create these super cute packets. Now, backstory, of course, you know there is one. Oh, this needs a pearl. We all are familiar with how snowman soup is packaged. It's usually packaged in like a clear bag, and you have your peppermints and your marshmallow and your hot cocoa packet, and it's wrapped up with the snowman soup label. And I have a video that I did last year or the year before, craft fair series coworker gifts, and I had maybe 3 different ways on how to package it up, and I had them in some envelopes. I had folded over some Dollar Tree envelopes and then stuffed the hot cocoa mix in there, put the peppermint on top, added some like twine and a button. It was a really cute packaging, and all of mine sold. Like my flip was beyond a flip. Like I sold them all out really fast. However, the thing that was something that I said I was going to change if I ever did a craft fair again was, so I had them packaged up in the envelope, and you'll have to check out the video to see. They were in an envelope, so you couldn't see what was in it. It just had a, you couldn't see what was in it, basically. It was in a bag, and it was in an envelope, and everything was tucked inside. So you couldn't tell what actually was in it. So people were like, oh, what is this? And they'd go in and rumble through, and they're like, what is it? I'll say, oh, that's snowman soup. You know, some of them had labels, but you could kind of see the snowman, the cocoa packet tucked coming out of the top. So I'm like, okay, you know what a snowman, you know what a cocoa packet looks like. But I don't know how many times that day I repeated, oh, it's snowman soup, it's hot cocoa, it's marshmallow and a peppermint. It's hot cocoa, marshmallow, peppermint all day long. Hot cocoa. So they didn't know exactly what is snowman soup. So this is obviously the better choice when you're looking at in your craft fair and you're like, okay, you get your marshmallows and your peppermint and your hot cocoa packet. Here you go, boom. I wanted to elevate mine a little bit because a few of the comments was like, oh, this would be cute for Aunt Margaret or whatever. And it's like, oh, but I don't want to, I was like, I don't want to get these, because these packets are what I purchased, and they came from Oriental Trading. They were a good deal. $7.99 plus shipping. If you're buying any other little pencils or pens or whatever, it's even better. But they are $7.99, and you get 72 of these pre-packaged marshmallow packets, right? So that way you don't have to buy gloves and individually pack it like little things up, and it take a little longer to do it. But they were pre-packaged. But last year I put them in the clear bag or either other bag so you couldn't see it. So I said, well, I'm just going to put them in clear bags this next time. But I don't like how this looks, to be honest. I'm just saying, I just don't like how it looks. If I even put a brown topper or a blue topper, I went to Michael's to try to find some coordinating paper, like maybe I get a blue paper or something. I was just racking my brain. I just don't like the cartoony feel of how this looks. When I purchased them, they were going inside the envelope. This is last year, so you couldn't see this. You get it out, oh, it's prepackaged marshmallows. So this year I packaged them separately in bags. I'll show you what I used, and I like them better. That way you can use whatever paper you want. And also I wanted to step it up a little bit, because I don't want to spend 5 hours making this craft and selling it for $2-3. So I kind of met midway, so people would be, more apt to buy it for other people other than like a stocking stuffer. So that's what I did. But feel free to go ahead and do it this way. I have a peppermint in here because my Dollar Tree doesn't have the peppermint candy canes in yet, so I wanted to show you guys what it looked like. So I just packaged this up like really quick. That's why this doesn't have a center in it. But usually I will put like one of those mini candy canes, and you can get those from the Dollar Tree, and that's what I will do. But I need to get the bases done. I can always switch out these peppermints for a peppermint stick, which is what I'm going to do. But I wanted to, like I said, get this video up and done because I get the bases complete, because I got to keep this party going because the craft fair is coming up very, very soon. So without further ado, this is how I chose to step up / elevate my Cocoa Packs this year. I think they are super cute, slim profile. You can use these all year round. Don't have to be Christmas themed or whatever. You can use these in autumn and fall. And matter of fact, I will be doing some of these with fall paper because the craft fair is in November, late November. So Christmas won't be hitting here yet, but fall will still be somewhat in effect. I don't have a whole bunch of fall items, so people will be looking for Christmas stuff, so majority of my items will be themed that way, but I will use up the rest of my Amber Moon paper to make some fall things and have like some foliage and leaves and stuff on it. So, but this is the back. This is stamped Happy Holidays, so the recipient can put a little to from, maybe a little message down here. See, and then this one, really cute. And then I decided to switch the stamp up to use this one, to from, celebrate the season. Even more room to do that I like this stamp better, but it was kind of running off the page, and I don't want that to happen. So I will be on the go, so I'm taking all of my things with me and creating these off-site. I'm not gonna be here crafting, so I wanted to do the video to show you guys how to make these cute little things, and you can make them for your craft fairs or coworker. I am going to, since I made up my little formula, because it took me a little minute to try to figure out how I was gonna do it. This is my math. You do use math after high school. But I am definitely going to be using these, if you can envision, just using like some deep, rich cocoa chocolate colored cardstock, and having the cocoa like Ghirardelli chocolate, a chocolate bar, a little coffee stick, and making like little coworker coffee packs, like an instant espresso coffee stick, a Ghirardelli chocolate, a peppermint stick. I mean, you can even do that for the craft fair. So if you guys can kind of picture that. So maybe I'll do a coworker series after this, after the craft fair, or something easy that you can make for teacher gifts or something like that. But I think they turned out cute. Feel free to dress up or dress down this, or use the base. So at some point you'll see me, I won't add all of this extra stuff on here, and you can just stop with just the base and carry on, make these, stick a label on it, or even print off some of the printables on Pinterest for the Snowman Soup poem, and you can slap that on the back if you want. You can package these up in a bag and wrap it up, put a topper on it. The possibilities are endless, but I wanted to show you guys how I was going to do it. I won't be wrapping these up in a plastic bag. These will literally just go in a basket, and they're going to sit, and then they're going to grab, because I'm making 80 of these. So they're going to fly out of here, and I'm going to charge last year I charged $1, and then I still got my profit. Like I said, my profit was gone. I definitely made a profit on the Snowman Soup by charging $1, but I'm charging $2 for these, I believe. So that's $160 that I'll be making. Of course, you got to minus my cost, and I'm going to share with you guys the things that I purchased, so you can see how much of a flip this will be at your craft fair. All right. So with all that being said, come and craft and chat with me. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to need, obviously, is hot chocolate mix. Now, they do sell them at the Dollar Tree, Swiss Miss. They already have the marshmallows in them. I don't like to get those because I'm packing marshmallows up, which adds to the whole packaging soup idea. So I get these from Walmart. You get 40 envelopes for $4.50. So that is a great deal. 40 envelopes. So I get 2 boxes of these. So that's why I'm making 80. So that would make this 11 cents to put in your mix. I've already pre-packaged my marshmallows, but I purchased some gloves. These came from my local beauty supply store. They were $1, and you get 6 gloves. So, and these came from Michael's. They are jewelry tags. You get 150 of these, and they were in the $2, $3 bin. These are 2x3. So just know that they are there and available if you didn't want to purchase the from Oriental Trading, the $7.99, you get 72 of them. If you didn't want to purchase that, you also have to include shipping in your cost when you purchase these. But I just got regular little mini marshmallows from my Dollar Tree, and I purchased, did I get 2 bags? I got 2 bags of mini marshmallows, these gloves, and these jewelry, what is this? These jewelry envelopes. All right, for now, I'm using these Starlight Mints. They're from the Dollar Tree. I had them already because I did like a bunch of other not Christmas stuff, but little gifts for my daughter's teacher and some of the girls in her class. So I had 2 bags, and then for the gift bag for her birthday. So I'm using them to fill it in for now in case I don't get the peppermints that I want, but hopefully they'll be there and I'm able to swap it out. If not, that's what we're going to use. And then other miscellaneous items, I'm using this Hero Art stamp set. I'm going to use this stamp set here. And I'm going to use these gemstones. They came from Hobby Lobby. They're Paper Studio. I've had these for so long. They're even coming off the sticky. So time to use them up. I probably had them for some years here. I am going to use my Martha Stewart punch. I got that from Tuesday morning when they had all the punches on sale. The snowflake. And I think ATG tape, hot glue, white cardstock, scoreboard trimmer, scissors. You know the drill. So let's go ahead and get started. I've already pre-cut some of the items or all of the items so that we can go a little bit faster here. Because like I said, I would like to get this up and running. So you're going to need to grab your scoreboard. All right. Oh, the paper that I'm using. This came from Hobby Lobby, and I've used it a couple times here already. Paper Studio. It's called the Mint Berry. I got it when it was 50% off. So it's a 12 by 12 paper pad. Really cute Christmas shabby colors. Super cute. And like I said, I've used it so much already on some other items, cards, some other things that I did, other projects. But I keep all the little pieces in here. Okay. So you will need a piece of cardstock. I'm using white cardstock, and it needs to be cut out at 8.5 by 4 7/8. And out of one 8.5 sheet of 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, you get 2. You can make 2 boxes out of this. Okay. On the 8.5 inch side, you want to score at 1/2 inch, and then 1 inch. And then 4.5, and then 5, and then flip it and score it at 1/2 inch. Okay, we're done with the scoreboard. Okay, so then you want to take your scissors, and we're going to cut out. So this is how that looks. So this is where you cut the 1/2 inch and the inch. We're going to cut out the 2 bottom squares. We're also going to cut out this square in the middle. Let's get in there. Okay. Now, we will need to measure. Here, let's bring the scoreboard back out. You can use a ruler or your trimmer too. On the side, let's start on the side where the score marks that you made, the 1/2 inch and the 1 inch, the side here, you're going to make a little mark, a little pencil, make a little tick mark, make something. You're going to put a little mark at the 2.5. I would prefer you use like a dot of pencil. So make a 2.5 inch so that you can see it. Okay. Flip it to the other side. So this is there. Flip it over and to the other side so that the score mark is down here at the bottom, and do the same thing. 2.5. Score mark is at the bottom. Okay, so let's do it again just so you can, let's do it again. So this is where we marked 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and we cut out the little thing at the bottom, butt that against the edge. We put a little dot at the 2.5. Okay, we're going to flip it on its back, and then turn it to the other side so that the score mark is facing. And then we're going to do the same thing. On the back side, we're going to mark a 2.5 mark. Okay. Now we're done with the scoreboard. So on the first side where you have the little pieces that are cut out, get that, see that mark? You're going to follow that all the way across. If you're unsure, let me show you. I've done this so many times here. If you're unsure about where to, you don't want to make, you're not sure about a straight line, follow that with your pen or pencil all the way down to that first score mark, like that. Or you can use your bone folder. Follow that down like that. Okay? Because we're going to cut it out. Just to the score mark. And we're going to cut out the top half. See, that's why I wanted you to use a pencil. And then for the other side, you want to get your trimmer. Or you can use a ruler. So that mark you made, that 2.5 inch, we're going to line that up with our first score mark at the top on the line here. I'm going to use a ruler for you. Whoa. So you guys can see what I'm doing. This is where we made the mark. This is the top of the score of the first line. And we're just going to meet it. I just do this on the trimmer, but I want to show you what I'm doing. Right there. And that's what we're going to cut. So that can be at an angle. So this is what your paper should look like now. And then we're just going to fold over and give a good crease on all those score marks. And then the bottoms, can't forget those. And all right. So now we're going to tuck this in, and that's going to meet the inside of that flap. We're going to add hot glue or tape or adhesive or whatever to that second piece. I'm going to put some hot glue there. And then that's going to meet right there. Easy peasy. Make sure that is adhered very well. And then we're just going to close the bottom up, add some hot glue or some tape to the bottom of that flap. Down there. And give that a good press. Done. Very easy. Okay. Now you want to move that aside. You want to cut out another piece of paper so we can mat this triangle. Really easy. It's 3 3/8 by 4 1/8. Okay. So we want to either use your scoreboard or use your trimmer. I'm going to use the trimmer. And then you want to do the same kind of measurement that you did with this one. So I'm going to flip it over to the back, and you just want to measure this one up to the 2-inch mark. So at the 2-inch mark, you want to give it a little tick right there. And then you want to line it up with the top of the right-hand side so you can cut it at an angle. So that tick down there to the top, cut it at an angle. And that should match the inside that perfectly. There we go. Easy peasy. So I am just going to, by habit, I took out my wet glue, but I'm going to use ATG tape for this. And put this on here. Very easy. Get that on here. And then, so the next thing we want to do, we're going to go ahead and stamp the back. Now the back mat is 4 1/4 by 3 3/8. We don't want to adhere it yet because I'm going to do a little strip on here, but I want to stamp this. Ooh, that almost dropped right back on itself. But I want to stamp that first. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is grab my snowflake punch. I'm going to cut a little punch out. Just trying to use my supplies here. That's really what I'm trying to do. And then elevate what I'm already doing. I'm grabbing one of these little gemstones that, like I said, have been in my stash for forever. I'm adding that to the center. Okay. I'm going to use a little bit of a pop dot. And I have my pop dots over here. Okay. And I cut them down into tiny little squares to fit behind the inside. That's going to go on my bow. So that's done and that's done. Okay. The next thing that I want to do is make my bow. Now I combined my Diva bow that I got from Tiffany Haig's Marl with the Bona bow and made my own little dimension because I wanted a smaller one. This is cut at 1 by 10, and then I have a tiny little strip for my tail, and that's cut at 1 by 3.5. So this is how I'm going to do it. I am going to fold it in half to kind of see where I get my midpoint, and then I'm going to punch that. And then I'm going to punch one side and then punch the other side. And then I'm going to put this at 2.5 and punch it. Flip it and do that to the other side. And then do the other side as well. 2.5, 2.5. And then I'm going to take my ends and then punch it just on the edge because I'm lining it up with the middle of the punch. I'm going to do that to both sides, both ends. And that. And you can check out Tiffany and Bona's tutorial, of which I will link. So for my tail, I am just going to punch the ends at the center. And then I'm going to punch the middle. And I just eyeball the middle actually. Okay. That's that. And I'm going to follow the same things that I've been doing for my other packaging. I'm going to put a little glue on this tip. And meet that to the inside. I'm going to put a little glue on this tip. Meet that to the inside. And then I'm going to meet that to there. A little glue. Right there. And I'm going to do the same thing to that side. Done. And put a little glue on here and then put that on top of my tail. Easy peasy. Grab my snowflake and take off the bottom of my dimensional, but I'm going to add a little bit of glue to that dot and add the snowflake to the center. How cute is that? I got a strip of paper cut at 1/2 inch by 12, and I'm just adding some dimension. Now if you want to stop here, you can stop here, add your goodies and be done, but I'm going to continue on just to add some extra festivities, and I'm just going to cut off the extra because this will be covered by cardstock. So I added some hot glue to the center here and lay it down. And I'm going to add hot glue around the edges to secure the rest of this, what am I calling this? Belt. It's not a belt, but I can't think of the word that I had at first. Okay, that's going to go there, and then I'm going to put my bow right on top. Put some hot glue on there, and my bow is going to go right there. All right, and then last thing we need to do is take our back piece that we've already stamped, and then go ahead and mat that to the back so the recipient will have a place to write. And then we can just add our mix. I folded this over so it doesn't, you can't see the tear across here. Okay, and then I added a little piece of HEG tape to the back of that peppermint. I'll slide my cocoa packet in here, and I put my marshmallows in upside down so the ziplock is facing the bottom, and then my peppermint I'm going to put so it can be seen. That's why I put the tape up there, like so. And like I said, you can stop at any point. Oh, and just took it off. You can stop at any point that you'd like in this. You don't have to add the bow, you don't have to add the punch, you don't have to add any of that. It's just where you want to stop at. You can use this for other things, of course. I think these turned out super cute, and they're versatile. You can use them for anything else, any other type of crafts. I think they turned out super cute. Of course, don't forget the oldie but goodie. You can always bag them up in clear bags. But snowman soup is one of those items that you definitely want to have in your craft fair. So don't forget to add yourself a couple bags. This cost is less than, I'm going to say it's less than a quarter. I mean, it's really cheap to do. So if you sell it for $1, fine. If you sell it for $2, you make an even better profit. So definitely do your math. Use your craft that you have at home so you can keep your own costs down. So hopefully you guys will try this at home. I will see you guys later. I'm on the go. I'm going to package up all my stuff so I can finish making these. And like I said, I'm making 80. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow or the next upload. All right. Like the video if you like it. Bye.